What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on the Dance Floor of the podcast for episode 14. Already, you know, Mom is 14.
Okay.
This is the only podcast for dancers here in San Antonio. I am your host, Demetrios Solis. I'm a dancer, choreographer here from San Antonio, Texas, from the Shirts area, Texas as well. A little bit about myself. I've been doing a few music videos for a few artists out in San Antonio, such as Lee Valentine did a few TikTok videos with, or music videos with Funny Nene, and collaborate with other local TikTok sensations as well. I am also a brand ambassador for the world's best dance sneakers, Fuego dance shoes. They're modern, fashionable, and look like street shoes. They're waterproof, vegan-free, lightweight, easy to spin, pivot, and very comfortable. You can order your pair at fuegodance.com and use my discount code at DSolis10 to get 10% off your discount today. First and foremost, before I introduce my guest, you guys, I would like to give a big shout out to No Mames Tacos for allowing us to shoot this podcast here at their venue. El Paso, Texas, born and raised. They wanted to bring a new taste to Mexican food. They are located at 820 Main Street, Shirts, Texas. So go ahead and stop on by, you guys, and let them know that you overheard it on the Dance Floor, the podcast. You can follow them on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. They have the best birria tacos and shirts. They can cater your next party. Taco trucks as well as available. They have the best quesadillas, tortas, and more. But this podcast is not about me. You can catch my episode on my YouTube channel with all my dance journeys and everything that I have accomplished myself. So joining me with all the right moves, please help me give a warm welcome to another NXG dance member, Kidraw.
Hello.
What's going on, buddy? How's it going?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing good. How you been?
Blessed.
Yeah. Last time I saw you was at the
At Vibe Night.
Vibe Night.
Yeah,
Was
Vibe
at Bracken, right?
Yeah, Bracken off of in Garden Ridge.
Yeah. I was around there. So how's everything going?
Pretty good. Just traveling, seeing
Yeah, I see that.
things, trying to be active in the community. That's my main priority in life.
Nice, pretty dope. So I gotta ask, where did the name Kidraw come from?
Okay, so boom, check this out. I started doing line dances when I was a kid, when I was like 7 years old. Because my parents and my family and whatnot, they said I had no rhythm. So I would watch MTV and BET and whatnot, pick up on back then kids. MTV and BET used to play music videos. I know, crazy. And I would mimic what they were doing. That's how I, really got into dancing like that. And so I would go to block parties and I would get down and people would be like, oh, that kid is raw. So I just pieced it together. And,
How old were you at the time?
when I really took dancing seriously, I was 18 years old.
What initially drew you to dance?
Oh, man, there's multiple factors. I mean, the one I just mentioned as far as, the people who were around me were doubting me, laughing at me.
Mm-hmm.
That, as well as shout out to my god sister Jasmine Bacon from El Paso, which is crazy. This is a full circle moment.
Yeah, exactly.
I lived in I'm originally from Michigan.
Okay.
And I moved down to Texas, San Antonio, Texas, 2000 and I want to say 2006 or 2007.
Okay.
But the first places I lived in when it comes to Texas is El Paso. And that was 1999, 2000. So my god sister out there, she was telling me about breaking. And I was like, what is this breaking? It's not in the third. So she was telling me about breaking, b-boying, b-girling. She took me to a skating rink. And if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong, but if I'm not mistaken, one of the Texas veterans, he's really dope, b-boy Milky. I want to say he was the b-boy who was out there. And it was him and it was a couple of other b-boys. They were getting down in the skating rink. And they saw me, and they knew my god sister. And they were like, hey, you want to be down with us, this, that, and the third. But I was a kid, I was really young. So I was scared, I was intimidated. Plus, I only knew like I want to say one top rock move, and that was it.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, thank you, I'm good, I'll just watch. And they were doing backflips off the wall, they were doing head spins, they were really dope. And so from there, I always knew about the culture. So going on YouTube, entering certain b-boys, keeping up with certain events, that, and just being overall attracted to the culture of dance.
Nice.
Those factors really got me into it.
So when we first met, what did we first met? I want to say studio. Did you do the studio Melody Born? at Studio AVI?
Oh, it might have been. You're talking about Velocity's event, right?
Yes.
Maybe. Dang, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it was like 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, it was a long time ago.
Well, the one I recently went to was quite some time.
The one that was at the like a gym, kind
I
of.
don't know if I went to that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've known each other for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's been mostly through social media.
Yeah.
You showed a lot of support, and I saw that this guy's pretty dope, and I saw you were with NXG, and a big shout out to Marcus as well. And so yeah, I don't know, it's just one of those things where it's just like, okay, like you show the support.
Yeah.
And what specific styles do you do?
Specific styles. I'm a b-boy. I always say I'm a b-boy who does multiple styles. So I break, but I'm also, I dabble into light feet, housing.
To light feet?
Yeah, light feet, that's a hip hop dance style. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong. Rarely am though. But correct me if I'm wrong, it's from Harlem, New York.
Okay.
So if you look at artists like Lil Mama or Fabulous.
I know Little Mama.
A move that's really popular within the dance style is the Harlem Shake.
The real Harlem Shake?
The real Harlem Shake, there you go, exactly. So light feet, housing, locking. I learned from Maurice and Lorenzo when it comes to voguing, stuff like that.
Okay.
Try to be versatile.
Okay. If you were to pick any kind of dance style, like you do a lot of battling.
Right.
And if you were to pick one kind of dance style, what would it be?
If I had to pick one, it would have to be breaking. Even though I have my bouts with it and it gets on my nerves here and there, it's something that I've known for quite some time, and it keeps me disciplined, it keeps me grounded. So I think not just only as an artist, but as a human being, that's something that's important, something good to have.
Okay. When did you start getting into the whole dance community?
Here in San Antonio? Mm-hmm. Ooh, good question.
Well, were you in the dance community back in El Paso? Or was there one
really.
there?
There is a shout out to all my people from El Paso. Shout out to Prophecy. Shout out to Dreamer. There are a lot of people who are from El Paso who are really dope. I wasn't really heavy into the scene like that because I was only a kid.
Okay.
So my only connection was through my god sister. Now when it comes to San Antonio, when I moved down here, I was more into dancing. Wasn't taking it super seriously, but big fan of the culture.
Yeah.
My oldest sister, because I'm the youngest of three. My eldest sister, she was a dancer as well. So she would take me around certain events, and the first person I met was Voodoo. So shout out to Voodoo. If you don't know who that is, Voodoo Child is basically the godfather of the scene. He threw the first hip hop event here in San Antonio. So big ups to him, big respects to him. And I met him, and I met B-Boy Worm. So B-Boy Worm, he is from Jive Turkeys. I think he's just retired, but I mean, he has a family and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But he is a prominent B-Boy in the Texas scene, has much respect. And so going to Voodoo's events, I was able to connect. That's back then, that's showing my age. Back then, that was through MySpace.
Oh, so, there you go.
Meeting Voodoo.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, guys. I'm kidding.
Meeting Voodoo, I was able to, do some research, stalk his page, and then from there, after about 3 or 4 years, I found Marcus. And Marcus is like basically a politician. Like he talks to everybody.
Yeah,
he goes around. Hey, how's it going? He kisses
Big
babies on
Marcus.
the forehead. Yeah. Shout out to Marcus. Shout out to the bro. So through him, I was able to find everybody in the scene.
Yep.
And I would also have to say that that's the reason why I work so hard through the crew and on my own, to expand the scene. Because when I first got down here, it's like, it's kind of somewhat so like it's like a hidden village. Who is Kidraw? Kidraw is a multifaceted human being, educated. Shout out to my Roadrunners, graduated from UTSA. I don't know if Marcus said it on his episode, but we both went to college together too.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Yeah, we went to UTSA. Shout out to the Roadrunners. Shout out to my man over there waiting for his tacos. Cool hat, sir. Yeah, I'm educated, world traveler, been to Thailand, was born in Germany, returned in 2022 to Germany.
Okay.
It was a beautiful place. I went to Berlin. Shout out to all the people I met over there. Mexico. Shout out to all my Mexican homies. A little tidbit about myself too. Some people may know, some people may not know, but me and La Raza, right, the Mexican homies, we like this. And I
Yeah.
say this because ever since I was a kid, like I've always had someone who is from Mexican descent. Like I've always had a friend, a good friend, who was Mexican. You know, shout out to all my other Hispanics, Latinos, you know, Latinx, whatever you identify as. But I've always had a good friend who was Mexican. So, you know, the issues that y'all are facing and the issues that I'm facing, you know, we're one and the same. We rock out together. We eat, you know, we eat together. We need to understand each other.
Yeah.
And that also is, you know, comprised of me as well. So my crew, in its inception, is from the west side of San Antonio, heavily Hispanic, and that's a part of our roots. So me going to my first quince with the crew, quince is, you know, the Mexican. I always say that my last name, my other last names are Moreles Sanchez Gonzalez Rodriguez, because I show love to the community. It show loves back. What else? Dance, but even things outside of dance, like humanitarian efforts, understanding people, traveling, just overall, just taking in experiences, understanding other people, and constantly growing. So the kid part of myself, if you notice, this is why I'm a teacher as well. Children, grant them amnesty, grant them love and mercy, because some of them have only been on the earth for 5 years, 8 years. But even within that, they can teach you a lot. Like
Yeah.
a child is always growing. Even
Yeah.
the youngest ones, Gen Alpha, they may be on their iPads all the time. But if you look at some of the stuff they're on their iPad with, like they're on Minecraft, but they're building something. They aren't worshiping celebrities, but they're trying to understand how someone from the Middle East is going through the certain complexities that they're going through. So I would have to say I adopted that. I'm always in tune with my inner child, and I'm always trying to develop and grow as a human being.
Yeah, I think one thing is like that's why I like teaching kids is because like or being around kids because like you can always still act like a kid.
Yeah.
Right? That's awesome, bro. Awesome. All right. So, are there any dancers or choreographers that really sparked your passion? Like somebody like to get in the scene, did you could just watch every day or?
The dancers that inspired me, I would have to say, first things first is B-Boy Casper. And I met him last year at Ribble BC1, the Colorado qualifier. He's really humble. He's a really nice dude. If you don't know who B-Boy Casper is, he was a part of multiple movies, Kicking It Old School with
Oh, okay.
Jamie Kennedy. He was the antagonist. He was in one of the Step Up movies, I think Step Up 3 or Step Up 4. He was part of multiple podcasts and internet sensations. Like, he's done some phenomenal things. And what really sparked my interest when watching breaking, because yet again, I knew about breaking since 1999. I appreciated the amazing freezes, the dope power moves, the intricate footwork, but it was the way that Casper put style on it. And you can ask a lot of other style heads when it comes to breaking or hip hop in general. It was his approach. He had power moves, he had the flips, but it was just overall stylistic. And I was like, you know what? Like, yeah, I like that. Like, yeah, I really do want to break. It was him.
You know about Casper, the J-Lo's backup dancer, or
He might have been. He's been on
okay.
tours. I think either him or Kid David, but I want to say him too. I think they were on tour with Justin Bieber as well a couple of
He's
years ago.
light-skinned, bald, I think.
Who B-Boy Casper?
Yeah, or
B-Boy Casper, he's, no offense, Casper, but he's short, white. He has tattoos. Currently, he has a beard, but back then he didn't have one.
because the one I'm thinking about is J-Lo's backup dancer who she had a thing with. No, different Casper.
Oh
You know what
no,
I'm talking
you're
about, right?
thinking if you're thinking B-Boy with J-Lo,
Okay.
yeah, you're probably thinking of someone else. Unless maybe Casper got her, I don't know. But
Let me see. Let me see.
yeah, while he's looking that up, shout out to Fuego. Shout out to Fuego Shoes, excuse me. Shout out to Demi. Shout out to the San Antonio scene. Shout out to No Mommy's Tacos for having us. I'm about to get a taco soon.
No.
No, that's somebody
Oh,
else.
okay, that's a different Casper.
Yeah, that's a different
Okay,
Casper.
gotcha.
Yeah, B-Boy Casper, Marcus, influence, inspired me to be more technical within my freestyle. He goes by now Stevie Ray Raw, but as the scene knows, we know him as Birdie. It was his approach as well. Birdie he's different. Like
Yeah.
the way he approaches his dancing.
Yeah.
He just like he says the best. I think he still says he's a creature from the abyss. Like he's just different. He's always been different, and he still inspires me to this day over the fact that the things that he's overcome, as well as how much he's grown as a human being.
Yeah.
I'm not talking like I'm an old head, but if I'm not mistaken, I am older than him, and how he used to be when I first met him, when I got in the scene, on and off the dance floor, Birdie was aggressive. Birdie was in your face. I'm gonna take your head off, and off the floor it was. If you talk to me with respect. But now he still gets his respect, but he's just really blossomed as a human being. And the fact that he'll laugh with you, he'll joke with you. And even now to this day, I'm like, is he about to spaz on me? But yeah,
I've seen Stevie Ray Raw, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty dope, man. I got on one of his videos. I commented, bro, are you human, man? Like, the way he moves is so smooth. Stevie Ray Raw, I'm coming at you next, bro.
You should. Yeah. He's dope.
Awesome, bro. So what got you into NXG Dance Crew? So Marcus is a team lead. Do you have any a title with NXG, or are you just a dancer?
I don't know. We
okay.
We haven't really established any titles. I mean, Marcus is the leader.
Yeah.
Some people have said like, well, I can say I'm the social media manager.
Okay.
So I run our crew's Instagram. I help Marcus from time to time with the Facebook, the Twitter, stuff like that. So I guess that would be my title, as well as like assistant lead. So when it comes to younger crew members my age, the liaison, talking, connecting with different people that Marcus is not talking to. As far as how I got into the crew, as I said before, shout out to Voodoo. So I was on his MySpace page, and it was Battle of the Alamo. And so on Battle of the Alamo, that event was about to be thrown, or it was thrown if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me. So I stalked Voodoo's comment section, and I was like, who is this guy? Who's this Marcus guy? So I went on his profile, and I saw that he had his own crew.
Yeah.
And Voodoo, at Voodoo's time, his crew members, shout out to Thundercat, shout out to Ninja, Rhythm, Rockstar, all of y'all.
Voodoo was one of the ones that was the judges at...
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. He also goes by Pops now, too. His crew members, they were older. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll run with them. It was Unified Soul. Maybe I'll run with Unified Soul, but I kind of want someone, no offense, who's younger, you know what I mean? And so when I stumbled across Marcus's page, I saw NXG, and I saw that they were all my age group. And I was like, oh, yeah. And I watched their footage, the practice footage of them. I forgot the gym, but I want to say it was maybe Peacock Gym. That's on the west side. I saw his footage. I saw the footage of them practicing, footage of them doing pranks and jokes and all that good stuff. And I was like, I want to be down. And so I friended Marcus on MySpace. And from there, I was DMing him. And then he told me, like, oh, like, I go to UTSA. And I was like, I go to UTSA too. I was like, you're at the downtown campus or the main campus? And he was like, I'm at the main campus. And at that time, I was living at University Oaks. So I was like, I'm on the main campus too. Like, we need to link up.
Dang,
and from there, that's when he invited me. And at that time, they were looking for new dancers. So I went to his aunt's house, rest in peace, Let. I went to Led's house. And from there, that's when I met Lovey. I met all these other people. And then I also met people from Squad 7. So I met Goggles Dre. I met Gilbert. I met Ebo. Shout out to Ebo. Ebo's the tall guy. He's Nigerian.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, his beautiful kids. I met Ebo and all of them. And I battled. And they were like, okay, we're going to do some deliberation. And then I want to say like a day or two later, they let me know that I was in the crew.
That's what's up. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Anything else you want to add on to who Kidraw is?
Got
Anything
you.
else wanna add on?
I mean,
Go ahead, toot your own horn.
yeah, I mean, there's duality with any human being. So I've had my flaws. I know personally I was a loudmouth from 2010 to maybe 2015, 2016. But as they say, the loudest in the room is always the weakest.
Yeah.
So with me being young, because I was very young at that time and young within the scene, young within my skill set, I started breaking in 2010. It was, it stemmed from insecurity, half insecurity. I'm not going to give. I'm not going to give mercy or amnesty to people who, have transgressed against me, but I will, extend forgiveness when it calls for it. So within that time frame, if I was moving through insecurity and I was annoying or a loudmouth, I do apologize. But for certain instances, I don't apologize because some people or certain situations need to be called out. I would also have to say I'm a person that doesn't mind being the villain. And by that, I mean when everyone is going with the status quo, I have no problem saying, why are we doing this? Or why is this the certain way? Or this person or this group, they have claimed, whether it's vocally or by the way they move, they claim to be a leader or they claim this type of position. Why isn't anyone calling that out? And I it's a two-way street too. If I'm messing up, let me know. Like, hey, Kev, that's not right. You shouldn't be saying that. You shouldn't be doing that. Because I feel as though it's the reciprocity of the scene. That's how we grow as a community.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
You're not afraid
duality.
to ask questions. That's what I mean. I feel like you need to, though. You know what I mean? In order to
Indeed.
see eye to eye. I mean, everybody's gonna have questions no matter what it is. But in order to see eye to eye, you got to ask questions.
Indeed.
Awesome, buddy. So, along with the early inspiration, can you share a pivotal moment that solidified your decision to pursue dance as a career? So, is it dance as your career, or do you have like a full-time
Yeah.
job? Is it a hobby?
Dance as my career. So I teach, I perform, I compete. I love what I do. I do what I love.
Dope competitor too.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
You make me blush. So I want to state, especially for my ladies, I'm not short. There's nothing wrong with our short kings either.
Snob.
But when I was a kid, I had multiple interests. So one of them being rapping. I know, crazy, right? But I guess I kind of demonstrate that with my knack for words, and I love to read and all that good stuff, and poetry, as well as any young black boy, sports. So I wanted to do football, but I was too skinny. And I really love basketball, so I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do football. I don't want CTE, don't want broken bones. So I'll just do basketball. So for my childhood and my preteen years, and even some of my my teenage years as well, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get drafted, or I'm gonna go through the college route, and I'm gonna get drafted. But my mom is 5'3", and my dad is 5'10".
Okay.
So I entered high school. I was 5 foot. So at that point in time, and also I love to dance too. And it all ties into the short king thing that I said, ladies.
So how tall are you?
I'm like 5'9" and a half, 5'9" and a
that's
half,
taller than
5'10". Yeah, just about. So, entering high school at 5 foot, and my frontal lobe is starting to develop. It's like, hey, Kev, you probably not gonna go to the league. You probably not even gonna go to college like that. You can't even make junior varsity on the high school basketball team. So at the age of, I want to say 17 or 18 years old, I was like, you know what? I stopped rapping when I was a kid, even though I love rap, I love hip hop, the culture. Basketball is not going to work out, but I do love to dance though, and I need something that's going to be an outlet, because if you know me, I'm introverted, but just like any introvert, if I get around the right people, I talk a lot, I'm goofy, I like to joke, I like to be all over the place. So I needed something that was going to keep me disciplined, that was going to be a good outlet for me, a great outlet for me, and something that was going to take me beyond being average. There's nothing wrong with being average, but for me, it's just no mames.
No, my, no, mom is way hilarious, hilarious. So you always came back to dance. So
Right.
what got you into getting into the whole competing, competition, battling?
Got you.
Because
So
honestly, when it comes to battling, dude, I'm not scared, but I'm not the kind to just go into the middle of the dance floor. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I don't know. Maybe one day I'll get the courage. If I drink enough, I don't know, margaritas, you know, maybe I'll just go out there, follow my ass, whatever. But I
Right.
mean, yeah. So what got you into battling, and how do you prep to when it comes to a battle?
So to expand on what you just said, and it's the same thing I tell my students as well, you don't have to do all three. So the major three when it comes to dance is, if there's more, let me know, is performing, competing, and teaching. And so whether it is a private lesson, it is a specialized workshop, I'm at my studios, my school, or whatever, I give my students the capability to do all three, so that way they're well-rounded. So yet again, you don't necessarily have to go out and compete and battle against Summers Haley or Poppin' Artie or whoever. But if you know how to battle, you have a deeper appreciation for the culture. And there's also a reason why we battle. You know, the culture, when it comes to hip hop, the culture started in the Bronx, New York, and it started to overcome oppression. So if you, I don't know if you have any family members or who, you know, people you know from New York, but if you converse with people from New York, they talk like this.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
They're in your face. It's,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that's just
yeah.
on an average day.
I wouldn't say aggressive, but it's more like, yeah.
Exactly. Now, if you're from the South, you may take it from, you know, as a form of aggression. But I'm from the North, and so people from Detroit, they may not talk exactly like this, but we have that sense of aggression. So we understand each other. And that is just the environment that they're in. You know what I mean? So the culture starting in August 11th, 1973, the kids, and because it started with the youth, it started with the kids, and dad was unalive in the Vietnam War, or mom or dad, they're on, you know, drugs. And so you have literally 5 to 12-year-olds or maybe 15, 18-year-olds, kids, who are on the streets by themselves.
Yeah.
And the Bronx is beautiful, but it always has its dangers. So you're trying to survive gangs and drugs. Like, buildings are literally on fire because the local government, the city and state government, does not care for its people, you know? And so you're a child trying to survive, and your family, your cousin was unalive last week, and then your older brother is now got hooked on that stuff, you know? And so you're trying to find a way to survive literal trauma that's being thrown at you every day. So that birthed battling, because instead of me doing violence towards you, I'm going to battle you. And so just within that history lesson, if you did not know, now you understand why we battle. So I can get out that aggression. Because if you look at, like, say, for example, I've taken B-Boy Remind. B-Boy Remind is a phenomenal B-Boy from the West Coast. Shout out to Style Elements. He even said it himself in one of his workshops. Like, he's a very active dude. He's in like his 40s or 50s now. But he's a very active dude. He's still super dope. Head spin drills and everything. And so he even says, like, if I'm not dancing, then I'm going to do something with this energy. You know what I mean? And so if people can go, like, say, for example, if you're a choreographer, if you can understand the battling aspect of it, it makes you a way better choreographer and a teacher if those are the only two things that you do. Because when you run across that young boy who is very aggressive and he's fighting his classmates, but he loves to dance, you can, whether you want to teach him how to battle or whatever the case may be, you can usher him in the right way. And as I always say, if they're not break dancing, they're breaking in your car, you know? So
That's what's up. That's deep. Yeah, because I'd have to say, if it wasn't for dancing, I don't know where I would be. So,
yeah, same.
I mean, I was hanging out with, I'm not gonna say bad people, but I was hanging out. In my eyes, they weren't people that I was supposed to be hanging out with. You know? And then I got introduced to standing to my first quinceañera, and then I met the whole friends that love to dance, and we started with cumbias, quinceañeras.
Yeah.
So we started putting cumbias together that we made up, and we just go to crashers, and I think that's what drew me away from hanging out with those people. You know what I mean? And so I owe a lot to dance. I mean, no matter what I'm doing. I mean, one thing I do love to perform, battling. I love to go and watch you guys battle. It reminds me of the movie You Got Served. You know, I mean, I think it takes it back to that. and it's just like it's so dope to watch. You watch it on TV, and you're like, dude, that'd be so dope to go watch. And I see you guys doing it, and it's like dope. And then I think Hybrid was trying to get me. I think that last battle, they were trying to get me to battle. I was like, nah, man, I'm just here to support the culture.
Right.
You know what I
Shout out
mean?
to Hybrid.
And dude, I just love watching it. So that's awesome, bro. Awesome.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
you're awesome too, bro. I mean, shoot, like I think I got video of you also that night at Burn House.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Are they gonna do another one?
I don't know. I gotta hit up Silas. Shout out to Silas.
Yeah.
Sensei Sai. He is the DJ at Burn House. He's a dope DJ too. So
Yeah,
really
he
shout out to Sai. He's a good dancer too. I recently discovered. I want to say last year he can flip. Well, no, I knew that he could flip, but I didn't know the extensiveness of his tumbling capability. So shout out to Sai. He's a young dude doing all the right things. So shout out to him.
What is one event that you would like to see happen here in San Antonio? Or wearing shirts, but
There
what is
is
one thing you would like to see here in San Antonio?
There is one event. I'm not gonna say it because me and Marcus, we are in the works.
Okay.
And so you never let the right hand know what the left hand is doing. So we want to make it a surprise for the city.
Okay.
But I would have to say though, one event that I would love to see happen here in San Antonio is World of Dance.
Yeah, they
World of
always in like I think once they were in Austin, I think, but they're always like in Houston and that
Houston and
area.
Dallas.
Yeah.
And I get it. Shout out to my people from Houston.
Yes.
Shout out to my people in Dallas. But San Antonio is a great scene. We have great landmarks too.
Yeah.
So like we have multiple venues in which it could be held. We have OGs, we got veterans, we have some youth that are killing it. Shout out to Crash Landing. They're coming up. There are a bunch of people that could really hold it down.
Oh yeah.
We're
definitely.
close to the other cities too, so they wouldn't mind traveling. So I would
Yeah.
love to see World of Dance happen here.
Yeah, I think I went to one more dance when I was living in Hawaii.
That's dope.
I went to. It was so dope. Great to see actual in person. I think the only thing is that I regret is I was on my phone recording too much, and I think to me it's like it ruins the experience, So, but I had fun though. It was great. It was dope.
Yeah,
The World of
Sometimes
Dance.
You gotta live in the moment.
Have you ever performed at the World of Dance?
Performing, no, but I have competed. So I battled at World of Dance. I want to say this was 2019 in Dallas.
Okay, so they go to Dallas, Houston. What about any workshops that you would like to see here?
Ooh, that was a really good question. I would love shout out to Voodoo because Voodoo. I know this is my interview, but I always love
Is
to
he
show
from here in San Antonio?
that he's from San Antonio. He is San Antonio. He's brought some phenomenal people here that I would love to see come again. So I would love to see B-Boy Ivan. B-Boy Ivan is an OG veteran in the worldwide breaking scene. He's the action figure. He was also, if you don't know about B-Boy the game, it was a game that was on PlayStation 2 as well as
really?
the PSP. It's a dope game.
No,
If
they
you-
had a game on PS2, a
Mhm.
B-Boy?
Yeah.
Wow,
And it's
okay.
not on sometimes I'll play it just for random because it's really good and it has actual dancers that are in it. B-Boy Ivan was in it. The graphics are good. And it's not like a Dance Revolution. Like you're actually coming up with combos and stuff. He was here in San Antonio, so I would love to see B-Boy Ivan come back. B-Boy Ramine, Crumbs. I would love to see NXG. We've had David Jr. down here for 2 of our Coliseums, so I would love to see him come down here and do some teaching. Who else? Gracious is from here, but I would love to see her come back home. I know she's traveling, expanding her career. If she can come down here and teach some workshops, so I would say those people.
I know I'm not getting like paid for this or for promotion, but I know Royal Family is gonna be doing
Oh,
I think
yes.
workshops or stuff down here. I don't know when it is, but yeah, Royal Family, they're gonna be coming. Yeah.
So if you're here in the city,
Let me see when that is.
I want to say it's next week if I'm not
Is it next
mistaken.
week?
I want to say maybe next week. Yeah, shout out to Zoe Gardner. She's also another phenomenal young dancer that's coming up. Her and her parents, her family in general. Shout out to her younger brother. They're all phenomenal people. they sent me the information about the royal family and their workshop. So,
It's gonna be big.
yeah, I would say show up, pop out, learn, expand yourself.
Yeah, yeah. I want to take it, but it's kind of expensive. But we'll see. We'll see.
I'll feel
Is
you.
what is it,
Okay.
$85 a ticket or $85?
Yeah.
I think I saw that. Yeah, that sounds about right.
If you can, I'm also a person that believes in affordability and staying within your budget. If you can afford it, do it. Don't stress
Yeah,
yourself
of
about
course.
it.
It's a lifetime experience.
Indeed.
It is. I think when I was in Hawaii, I took I don't know if you know Brian Puspos.
Yeah, he's
I
up.
took his class, dude, and it was pretty dope. It was different from my style. And then I took I don't even know Ken San Jose. He was here in San Antonio for the San Antonio Hip Hop Fest.
Okay.
And then Marley Hightower, I took their class.
She's dope.
Yeah. So yeah, if people come here, there is a lot of workshops that are coming here, but I don't really know them though. I don't even know who they are. So, alrighty, cool. So once again, you guys, Royal Family will be here. No, again, no sponsorship or anything, but Royal Family will be here next week. I don't know what date
If I'm
it
not
is, but
mistaken.
go check them out, dude, and take their
Yeah.
workshop. I might take it. How do you prep yourself into like when it comes to like coming to a battle?
When it comes to a battle, it depends on where I'm at in life. It generally what I do is I make sure I watch my sugar intake because I'm getting older, so I don't want to be bloated.
If you don't mind, how old are you? But okay, you
I'm-
tell me later. Tell me later. Well, you had MySpace, so but I think honestly, like everybody that is in the circle, I guess, we're all about the same age.
Yeah.
I'm 38, bro.
Oh, you look good for your age. I'm 33. I just
You how
said
old?
I'm 33.
33. Okay. So yeah, so it's I don't know. I think I'm getting too old. There's sometimes, man, where I try to get up and I'm like, fuck, bro. Like, but yeah, I still try to do my thing and stuff. So, all right. So where were we? How do you prep yourself when it comes to battling?
It depends on what I'm competing for. So if it's an open style competition, I make sure I stay up to date with, because I'm always listening to music, but I put my ear closer to the streets and I listen to what's being played on mainstream media and what's being played on the underground, because being familiar with the music is very important. We, as dancers, we have a symbiotic relationship with the DJ. So the DJ can play, but if no one's moving, the DJ is playing for no one. We can dance, but if there's no music, we're kind of missing that essence. So if I am going for that type of competition, that's what I study. I focus on, work on my other styles, make sure that I am well versatile, because you never know, the DJ might want to play funk all night, so you want to focus on popping or locking or maybe whacking. Maybe the DJ wants to play something more electro, house, so on and so forth. If it's for a breaking event, I make sure that my cardio is up. I make sure that my flexibility is up, because as dancers, that's very important, especially as you progress with an age. You want to be able to do what you do without hurting yourself. And also make sure I stay in the gym, so that way I'm
I
physically
just
fit.
try to go to the gym.
That's good.
Yeah,
Health as
so,
well.
We had a quinceañera. That's why I haven't been around. I haven't been going to the Thursdays or Wednesdays. Do you go to the Wednesday at the street or San Antonio?
I haven't been in a while because I've
Yeah.
been teaching, but I'll be there soon.
Okay. So and then what is it? Al fresco.
Yeah, disco, fresco.
So I've been doing a quinceañera, and the practice would have been Wednesday and Thursdays. But the quinceañera was like I think last week or a few weeks ago, and somebody was videotaping me doing my cumbias, and bro, let me tell you, all I can see was puro panza, dude. So I was like, nah, dude, I gotta go back to the gym. So it's been about a week. So and then I'm drinking my milk, my what is it? Milk. What is
Milk
it?
of magnesia.
No, no, what is that? No, the milk replacement shakes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I know what you're talking about.
I'm on a strict diet, so yeah.
That's good.
Yeah,
Proud
so-
of you. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, so I'm back at the gym trying to get my energy back, dude. All right, awesome. Anything else you want to add on to what gets you started, or what gets you motivated to dance, or your battles? Do you listen to any music before, or would you rather?
Honestly, it depends on where I'm at. So if I'm here in the States or if I'm here in San Antonio, I'll just play any type of music, just chilling, vibing. If I'm going to maybe Houston or Dallas, those scenes are a bit more aggressive. So I'll probably maybe listen to battle rap music or more hardcore rap music. Um, if I am overseas, like when I was going to Thailand and I battled in Bangkok, shout out to all my people in Thailand, shout out to Cambodia. Hopefully y'all find a good resolution
Yeah,
with
so
this
you do a
war.
lot of traveling, bro. So
Yeah,
you're going to work?
I'm
You're
sorry.
going for work?
When I went there, beautiful story about that is I went to Thailand because my student Nico and her beautiful, amazing mother, Kitty, they went to Thailand for, I believe it was Kitty's birthday or it was for Nico's birthday, I forget.
Okay.
And when they came back, they told me some phenomenal stories about the temples and everything. And my crew member, Odious, shout out to my boy, he went in February of this year. He told me the same thing. So I was like, you know what, 3 people told me, so let me go. I was going to go to Cuba for my birthday this year, but, there's issues going on with that, the travel ban. So I was like, you know what, I'm just going to go to Thailand. So I went to Thailand, and Odious was telling me about the studio that he went to take some classes and whatnot. So I looked them up, and I was like, you know what? Let me type in Thailand B-boy to see what pops up. And so I ran across a couple of dope B-boys. So shout out to Duke, shout out to, all of them. And there was a jam that was happening the Saturday that coincided with that week that I was out there. So I was like, you know what? Let me go to it. It's Blowout Jam. So shout out to Blowout Jam. Plan on coming back, as soon as possible to compete. That event was phenomenally ran. So when I knew that I was going to battle there, I made sure that I listened to some music that fit the environment. So I listened to some things that I haven't listened to in a while, whether it was jazz, R&B, some old school hip hop, some hip hop I haven't heard yet, different albums to really get me in that good mood.
What kind of got you into teaching?
Ooh, good story. The guy who keeps coming up,
There's
Mark.
some people I feel like there's some people that they can dance, they have the talent, but they can't teach.
Yeah, and that's okay too.
Yeah,
To expand on that, it's good to learn all three, as I said, but you don't necessarily have to do all three. So you know how to battle, you know how to perform, you know how to teach. But if you just want to just perform and maybe teach workshops here and there, that's perfectly okay. That's beautiful. I think that's even better because you have the knowledge, but you're not trying to get in the way. Now, there are some people, like you said, who can compete and they can perform, but they can't teach. Or they can perform and they're phenomenal competitors, but they can't really judge when it comes to the competition aspect. And so you're doing more harm than good when it comes to the scene. Marcus, Influence, formerly known as Technique, he was the one who got me into teaching.
Okay.
So we're talking about the time frame of 2010 to 2013. That was the time frame. 2010 is when I really got focused. October 15th, 2010, I really got focused into breaking. And I knew about the culture, and the most I knew about it was the battle aspect. I knew you could perform on Ellen, or you can go on movies and stuff like that, go on tours. But I was like, you know what? I want to compete. I want to battle. I want to do R16. I want to do World of Dance, Red Bull BC1. I want to do all these competitions. And performing, and maybe here and there, I guess, if you're paying me. But that teaching, I don't want to teach. And so Marcus was teaching at Smash Dance Studio. Shout out to Smash Dance Studio. Shout out to Miss Lisa. She's a phenomenal instructor.
Follow her.
Yeah, woman. She's phenomenal. Cuban woman. She's nice, intelligent, wise, forthright. She's spectacular. Love you, Miss Lisa. She employed Marcus. And Marcus, I forgot what he was doing. I think he had to be out of town for something. And so he hit me up. He was like, hey, I need a substitute. And I was like, boy, I ain't trying to teach no kids. And he was like, no, just do it. They'll pay you this X
It's
amount.
not as hard as it sounds.
True. Yeah, I would say so. Depending on what you're trying to teach and what you're trying to convey, as long as you have the basics of it, yeah. And he was like, yeah. And I mean, that was at the time where, showing my age again, I was in college. And so, struggling college student, okay, I could use the money. I'll teach them. He told me what to teach and everything. I was like, all right, I'm gonna teach them. And so I taught them. And right after the class, I'm a big texter, and I don't really like talking
Really?
on the phone that much.
Oh, man.
Only if it's important or if I really, really, really like you or something like that. So I hit him
That's
up.
good to know. Good to know.
I hit him up. I hit him up right after the class, and I was like, bro, I love it.
Really?
Like, I love this. Like,
Yeah.
how can I teach more? And so a couple of months went by, and it was the Winter Showcase. And at the Winter Showcase, it was at the studio. It was at the old studio at the Baskin Robbins. He was like, come through so that way you can assist and I can introduce you to Miss Lisa, this, that, and the third. So I went through. And then from there, 2013, I started teaching there. And I just expanded from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still teach there too. So
At Smash
take a
Dance?
class. Yeah.
Where all do you teach at?
I mostly teach at schools. I teach at Grace Dance Studio as well.
Okay.
And I teach at Smash. So
What is the one that's on Bracken?
Bracken.
I didn't even know that studio was there.
Yeah, I want to say they're fairly new.
Okay.
And so I teach private lessons as well. So if you need a private lesson, hit me up. I teach King Says, choreograph them, but he's the King Say King.
I know that's my competition right there.
He's the King Say King. But yeah, one of my students, she was like, yeah, they're trying to get some breaking. And I also try to make sure that my studios are not too close together. You know, ethical reasons as
Yes.
well as, you know, business reasons.
Yes.
So the studios that I do teach at, they're very spaced out. Yeah. So for my studio directors, they're very spaced out. And so Bracken is in Garden Ridge,
Yeah.
which is kind of close to the Shirts area in
Yeah.
a sense. It's probably like 15, 20 minutes away. So I don't really teach, or at that point in time, I was like, you know what, I don't teach on the northeast side, and I want to expand. I want to be able to teach. I teach after school programs too, like especially on the south side. So I want to be able to teach in all areas of the studio because, like I said before, finding the scene is kind of difficult.
Yeah.
And so if I can be the person to teach at different places, I can be like, hey, come to Disco Fresco on
Yeah.
Thursdays because there's multiple dancers, whether it's popping, crumping, breaking, people who are just vibing,
Housing.
choreographers like Derek Garcia, so on and so forth. Demi, right, who has a phenomenal podcast. You can meet somebody and maybe you want to keep doing private lessons with me, maybe you don't, or maybe you see a style and you're like, yo, I want to
Yeah.
do that. I want to expand the scene so that way we stay sturdy and it doesn't die out.
I think that's one thing that coming into the dance community that I guess you can say street dancing is
Yeah.
that we're labeled as, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, fuck, what was I gonna say? I think everybody's been good on that. I know Marcus has referred me for a few pieces that he couldn't do, and he referred me to a few of them that I booked, and so it's all about like. And what I was gonna say, oh, you're my competition. No, because like honestly, I refer people. If I can't do it, hey, call this person. And it's good to know that you know you do quinceañera choreography, so I can be like, oh, hit up this person, hit up that person. So,
Thank you.
and I've had a few tours like, oh, I can't do it, or they're looking for something else for a
Right.
different style. And if I know, hey, that's Kidraw style, I'm gonna be like, go hit them up. You know what I mean? So
Appreciate
I'm
you.
not
Thank
real big on, like I said, competition. It's like, oh no, try to like a Pokemon, trying to catch them all. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So no, I mean I juggled 6 of them at a time, man. And
Oh, dang, that's a lot.
bro. That was man, and I had my full-time job. You know what I mean? So it took a real big toll out of me. So, will I ever do it again? Maybe, you know. But yeah. So when it comes to quinceañera, so you mentioned quinceañera. So what is your favorite dance style when it comes to quinceañeras?
I would have to say,
Quinceañera dance cumbias.
yeah.
Cumbia, bachata,
Uh-huh.
salsa,
Yeah.
all that. Okay.
I would have to say one of my,
I'm going to check out your cumbias too.
I would have to say one of my, and also have the best grito. And
Oh yeah. Okay. Let's hear it.
on the west side.
Let's hear it.
I'm not. I gotta get some water. I'm a little parched. I would have to say it's probably the hip hop surprise dance.
Yes.
Like I appreciate and I respect the culture that goes into quinces, you know, the waltz and everything else, or whatever the client wants. But sometimes they just want the hip hop, or sometimes they
Yeah.
want the waltz and then they want something else. But I would have to say the surprise dance part when it comes to
What-
the hip hop.
I think well, sometimes I think about this. So when you're watching I don't even know if I should ask this, but I'm gonna
Do
ask
it.
anyways, right? No tea, no shade, everybody. When you're watching quinceañera dances, and it could be from mine also. I don't know if you watch any of mine, but what is one thing that you just like cringe about?
Oh, shades off. I would have to say,
I'll go first. Or
go for it.
so when it comes to booking me, I like to do something unique. You know what I mean? And I want to give my clients something that they need to practice on. You know, and I don't want to do something simple as, you know what I mean?
No, I hear you.
Hey, I want
I
to be
hear
able.
you.
I want to teach them how to move their feet, their hands, maybe their heads. You know, all in all, and not doing the same thing for a full 8 count.
Yeah.
You know, or the same thing for a full 16 count. Because I see a lot of that. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm. So
Yeah.
that's mine.
I completely agree. With me, it's a dual-edged sword. So I try to give my clients something that they need to practice because that's important. I mean, you paid for it.
Yes.
Especially if you paid a good amount, like you should get your money worth. But I also understand like maybe the debutante, she's a dancer, but her friends are not. Like I've
Oh,
ran into
yeah,
that
yeah,
situation. And so I'm still going to give you something challenging, but I'm also going to meet you where you're at. But I fully respect and understand that as well. I would have to say for me, from what I've observed, it would have to be, and I get it, within the concept of a quince that, if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, that she's becoming a woman.
Yes.
But I also believe at 15 years old, there's still some things that should be age appropriate.
Yes.
So I've seen some footage of, I get it, within the culture, she's a woman, maybe it's a cultural class, whatever the case may be, but outfits that are a bit, como se dice, out there, you know what I mean? Like,
that's too much. It's over the top.
yeah, like you shouldn't be wearing just only a tank top and your cleave, you know what I'm saying? Cleavage showing
I get you.
and low-rise jean, like,
I think it's like that video that went viral.
Which one?
With the one that went viral about their booty shaking, their twerking, and
That
I don't know if you've seen
too.
that. So that, to my opinion on that one is it was too extreme, but I have to say, if the parents were okay with it, then by all means, as a viewer, of course we're not going to be okay with it. I don't agree with it, but if the parents were okay with it and the family was okay with it, then by all means.
I hear you completely, 100%. Me personally, that's another thing too. I make sure that it is age appropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's, because I've only choreographed maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3 wedding gigs, like wedding surprise dances. Hit me up for those too. I would have to say I make sure that it is age appropriate.
Yes.
So even if the parents are like, I'm okay with it, I break it down to them like, yeah, you may be okay with it, but I don't want people in your comment section attacking you.
Right.
Because granted, with some cultures, like if you look at African cultures or if you look at some Latin or Hispanic cultures in certain aspects, like I want to say maybe samba, maybe I'm incorrect, where they are, gyrating and moving in certain areas. Like maybe in Brazil, they do that, right? Boom. So as I was saying, right, health is wealth. Super important. So make sure you take care of yourself. Me personally, and I'm not being judgmental. Everyone has their vices. For me personally, I've never drank alcohol.
Really?
Yeah, I've never drank alcohol before. Never have, never will. Never smoked cigarettes. Never done drugs. Never smoked weed. None of that stuff. And so I personally,
like you when I grow up.
and it's no discrimination or me being condescending to people who do, right? But I feel as though that has helped me with my longevity. So there's times where maybe my mental health hasn't been right, so I'll make sure you take care of that too. My mental health hasn't been right, or I've been super busy with other things, and so I haven't been able to train or exercise or do anything, of that magnitude. And so I feel as though me not partaking in those activities allows me to always bounce back. Like I'm able to snap right back into it. Okay. So yeah, really take care of yourself. Take care of your mental health. Yeah. It's okay to, I love dance. I know you love dance as well. But it's okay for you to sometimes step back from it for about a week or two, or however long you need, and observe other cultures. So that way you can get a newfound appreciation for the culture, as well as stretching every day. So you're not old, you just don't stretch.
Yeah.
Right? So stretching every day, watching what you eat, all that good stuff. And I would have to say, lastly, outside of the health, outside of appreciating the culture, there's so many others. I'm trying to just give you the main three. Oh, take care of your responsibilities. So any young dancer, more specifically between the ages of like 18 to 25, 26, I always tell them, like, yeah, you may see somebody, your peers on Instagram, and they're going to Greece and they're doing this and they're taking this workshop and they're winning this battle and they're traveling here and every week they're somewhere else. You don't know their situation. They could be a trust fund baby. Their parents could be funding everything. They could be taking out a bunch of loans and they're in a bunch of debt. They could be doing some devious things, you know, scamming, whatever the case may be. You don't know
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, you don't know.
Put on my to-do list. Not just kidding.
Not to encourage you, because everything has repercussions, but you don't know what they're doing to get to those places. Some people, they do work hard, right? Like, shout out to, he's around my age, but shout out to D Local, he works construction. I think maybe B-Boy Mace, Master Mace, he is a B-Boy from Phoenix, Arizona, phenomenal young B-Boy, been watching his footage from when he was like a kid to now being a young man. If I'm not mistaken, I think he works in construction or roofing, and those jobs are not easy at all, you know.
But they still have that energy to go out there and do what they do.
Yeah, exactly. D Local works construction too, and you can't tell because that man be all over the place, he be bouncing around. But take care of your responsibilities.
With D Logo, I can see that passion in him.
Yeah,
I can see it. He's I mean, I want to say every story he poses, he's always somewhere different. So like with me, I mean, I'm recovering from my mom's passing.
Sorry for your loss.
Thank you. I think for a while I was off social media. I was because she was my number one supporter, dude.
Yeah.
Like anything that's like, how can I say? For example, when I found out about these shoes, I was like, oh, I want these shoes. I'm gonna buy next week. She's like, here's your card. Here's my card. Buy them. You know what I mean? And then but yeah. So I mean, yeah, that's where I'm recovering from. That's where I'm returning from. So yeah, I'm back. And then I was like, what should I do to not to stay relevant, but something different. You know what I mean? Right. I always want to be someone that started something. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't know any of these guys. I was like, and I know every time we meet up, it's always just battling. And what, you didn't go to the field day, right?
No.
Okay,
I don't think I was in town.
It's like always like, that was the first time I went to the what is it called? Friendsgiving they had. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I'm just there, and I was like, you know, we don't really know each other. So like, you know, let me start a podcast.
Right.
Get to know everybody, and that way your followers can get to know you on a different level other than just watching your videos.
Right.
So that's why I was like, man, this would be dope to do. So here we are now, and, you know, and I'm trying to get that energy back. I feel like I gained a lot of weight from just not dancing, you know, so just working and stuff. But so yeah, that's my story where I've been. So
welcome back. I appreciate you. The scene appreciates you. We're happy to have you. We get here. I mean, every scene has their advantages and disadvantages, but one thing I can really say about the San Antonio dance scene is overall, we are very welcoming.
Yes.
So thank you for being here. Keep doing what you're doing. Never, whether it's you or anyone else, never think that you have to do the exact thing that someone else is doing. Like it's not a race, it's a marathon. No. So having a podcast, that's dope.
Thank you.
Throwing events, whether it's once a year, once every 2 years, that's phenomenal. Getting out here and teaching these kids or adults or even the elderly, that's phenomenal as well.
Yeah. So a lot of people like to say that the dance community is small. How would you agree with that, or?
I agree with it. This is true. Yes, it is small. When you compare it to other scenes, so shout out to the Houston homies, shout out to Dallas. they are expanding. Like, say for example, every time I go to Houston, shout out to Jeff Rowe, shout out to Judo and Dang, Jose, all the teachers out there, Break Free. They always have, like, there's always new students, and whether it's a kid to a teenager to an adult, there's always new kids. Dallas always has new people. It's a bunch of people I've never met. Um, it's a combination of that, along with where we were at as a scene, as a city. So if you go back 2010, or even prior to 2010, there were multiple crews. Like, I want to say there were probably, if you're talking 2007 to 2011, 2012, there had to be at least like 8 to 10 like crews, maybe 12. You had a bunch of kids. You had a bunch of other people who, if they weren't in a crew, they were active. And so in comes life. You know, people move. Unfortunately, people pass away. Rest in peace, Lame. Rest in peace, Wicked B-Boy, Wicked J. People have kids. People find other passions. You know, addiction, this, that, and the third. And so that has really dwindled the scene. But we're still strong, though.
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, I think I'm just used to like hanging. I was thinking about this the other day. I was like, the scene that I'm involved with now is like, you guys are just like so awesome. You guys show all the support, and what I'm used to is people showing toxicity. You know, and it's like, how can I say? Like when I go out to my king says, yeah, I get in the middle, start something, you know what I mean? And then it's just like, whoever gets in the middle, they're just like, I feel like they're just rude with it. You know what I mean? As far as like with me, if somebody gets in the middle, I'm like hyping them up. Hey, you know what I mean? But it doesn't feel like some people, they're just rude with it, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, so.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
It's true. When it comes to that poison, that toxicity, it stems from multiple things. One of the biggest things it stems from is insecurity.
Yeah.
So when you go in the middle and you see someone maybe giving you, you know, a stank look or whatever the case may be, yeah, it's most likely due to the fact that they don't have the courage to get out there as well.
Yeah.
So with me, with a hip hop background, me being a b-boy, I make sure that when I go out, I'll probably go out 2 or 3 times, you know, depending on the scene, the vibe. Maybe I want to let other people go. But the first time I go out with fire, with intention. Yeah. So that way that respect is there. Mm-hmm. So that way when people see me, they're like, oh, okay, like he's dope. He's this, he's that, and the third. And then once I establish that, and I understand it's like a Kinsei, for example, I understand it's a family environment, and maybe you battle here and there, but it's overall, it's friendly. It's not a cipher.
Right.
I encourage other people to go in.
Yeah.
And so if I see, say, someone, say, for example, and they have that look in their eye, or their friends are pushing them, I'll go out and dance a little bit, and then I'll encourage them to go in, and then I'll clap for them.
Same here.
Because we all start from somewhere. Mm-hmm. No one starts off coming out of the womb doing 2,000 head spins and hitting really hard with their muscles and stuff. And people, whether it's insecurity and they were never able to do that, or they are able to do that, we all have to have some sense of humility to us and encourage one another, because that person that you're looking down on or laughing or whatever the case may be because you think they're whack, or you feel as though they shouldn't have the courage to go out and dance, that person could know everyone knows somebody.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody knows somebody. So maybe they're just dancing for leisure, but they know one of the biggest lawyers in Texas, and you get into some legal trouble, or you get into a car accident, and now who do you need to reach out to? You need to reach out to that person. But if you were kind to that person, you would have got a hookup. You would have got that case solved. You would have ran into that doctor, or you would have ran into that pilot, or whatever the case may be. Yeah. So it's very, not only just on a dance aspect, but it's very important on a humanity aspect to be humble and to be nice. So,
yeah, always
sorry you went through that.
I've always been. So before we wrap this up, just a few quick questions, and then we'll grab a bite to eat if you're hungry. 'Cause I'm fucking hungry.
I hear you.
All right, so unique perspective. So what are some common misconceptions about dancers or the dance world that you would like to address?
Common misconceptions. Oh, shout out to Demi. Shout out to on
I know I sent you these questions. I thought I sent them to you like way before because I always send them out once I book people. I always send them out way before, and I was looking. I was like, oh fuck, I didn't send them the questions.
Don't get me wrong. I read these questions.
Anyways.
But these questions are really good.
Thank
Big
you.
kudos. So you know what you need to get next? A soundboard.
A soundboard.
A soundboard is where you like the streamers and stuff, where you press the buttons and like you get a clap.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Because I would just clap, applause.
So that's on my Amazon wish list.
Got you. But these are some phenomenal questions. Misconceptions, I would have to say, when it comes to the dance world or just dance in general, for one, it's perfectly okay for you to do your own thing. You don't necessarily have to follow the crowd or follow the trend, or if all the b-boys and b-girls are doing this move, I gotta do this move too, and nobody does this move anymore. It's okay for you to still do that move. It's okay for you to be the only crumper in the room. It's okay for you to pop a different way. It's perfectly okay for you to be to yourself when you go to jams. Maybe you don't want to talk to anyone because you're introverted and you just want to get in the ciphers and express yourself because you just got fired from your job, or your boyfriend or girlfriend or partner, they just cheated on you, or whatever the case may be. And on the other end, it's okay for you to be out there, to be outspoken, right? It's also perfectly okay for you to, how do I say this? For you to talk about social issues. So as I stated before, the culture started due to oppression. And we are talking about social as well as political, because they didn't have the resources that they need, right? I'm not going to get too deep into it. I want to cause some controversy, but not too much on your podcast so you get those comments and likes. But understand that hip-hop within itself is political. I get it. The climate is different because the parents who are taking their kids to dance classes, this, that, and the third, the Gen Xers and whatnot, they grew up on Snoop Dogg. They grew up on Tupac and Dr. Dre, this, that, and the third. And their parents were the ones who were saying, cut that noise off.
Yeah.
But understand, yes, you can go out there and you can express yourself and you just want to sweat and you just want to move and get out there in the club, this, that, and the third, because there's different scenes.
Recreational.
Recreational, but also understand if someone wants to speak about an issue that is going on in the community, whether it's the black community, the Asian community, or whatever the case may be, it's perfectly okay for them to do so. So if someone was to speak on, I don't know, issues that are happening with the LGBT plus community, that's perfectly okay. And you should not demonize them for that, because if I'm not mistaken, you say, clock it, you say, oh, you ate that, you say, oh, give you your tens, this, that, and the third. And last time I checked, that comes from the ballroom community. That comes from, if I'm not mistaken, that a lot of slang either comes from black women or it comes from the black queer community from the ballrooms and stuff. So shout out to the voguing homies, right?
Yeah.
And so it's perfectly okay for them to voice their opinion. They should not be demonized, right? I get it, we all have our different opinions, but try to understand one another. So I'd have to say that.
One thing that when you talked about, I guess the clocking it came from voguing. So it may be off topic, but one thing that I don't see anybody do, so when I was watching dance videos and getting inspired by dance, nobody throws the shoes no more.
Oh, yeah. That's a lost art,
Yeah, nobody throws shoes no more. So what I'm talking about is that every time someone is like done performing or done dancing, the audience would throw shoes, or the students would throw shoes onto the dance floor. So let's go ahead and break that down. So what would that really mean? It means like,
it's giving you your flowers.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, it's giving you your flowers. And you can see that concept within different aspects of, culture, more specifically black culture and whatnot. And so, like, say, for example, shout out to my good friend, she's trans, shout out to Ziamata. She, if I'm not mistaken, she took me to one of my first drag shows. And so seeing, like, them receiving tips, like ones and whatnot, and then when they're in the audience, they do the same thing. That's a phenomenal concept. That's giving you your flowers. Or the people who sing. I don't know if they still do it anymore. I don't sing. I sing in the shower. But people who sing, like last I checked, if you did phenomenal, they throw you their hats, right?
Oh yeah.
So throwing shoes is me giving you your flowers. Is it still done?
I think that was dope. Whenever just watching it, people throw all their shoes, all these shoes coming.
Yeah,
Like,
but I also think
man.
it's generational too. So
Let's bring that back. Let's go to the. I think I'll probably be able to go on Thursday to the al fresco. Let's bring that back. Let's start throwing shoes.
gotcha. Yeah, we can do that. We can do
Yeah,
that. Just
let's
don't
see
take
if
my shoes
anybody
off.
gets that concept. Okay, my feet may stink, but no,
Yeah.
no, I'm kidding. But yeah, that just brought back memories. Okay, there's a lot of questions that we can go over, and we could be here for like hours. But
Gotcha.
let's go ahead and go to
Shout out to
one.
No Mames.
To who?
Shout out to No Mames.
Oh yes. So
Shout out
yeah,
to
once again,
Fuego.
you guys,
Shout out to
big
Demi.
shout out to No Mames Tacos, you guys for
Shout out
sponsoring the
sponsors.
venue here. Pretty dope location. I've been here twice, and we're gonna order something here in a bit. I've been here twice, and they are delicious. So big shout out to No Mames Tacos. So one question, and we're going to end it after this. So what is one thing? I don't know if you answered it already. What is one thing that San Antonio is lacking in the dance community?
One thing that San Antonio is lacking.
Because you traveled everywhere, you know the culture. I can't say that word.
The culture?
Yeah.
Cultural aspects of everything, yeah. I would say more qualified teachers and just more numbers. That's it.
do you mean
Because
numbers?
the numbers as far as like more people who are in the scene. So as I stated before, every time I look at Houston, like they're like the Fire Nation. I don't know if y'all watch Avatar: The Last Airbender, but pretty much they got an army and they're developing it, so as well as Dallas. And so what we are lacking, we still have heavy hitters. We still have some phenomenal people. Shout out to Zodiac. Shout out to Stevie Ray Raw, Spotlight, Lovey, myself. You know,
Spotlight just he just I just met him, Marcus's brother.
yeah.
He was he just
He did a Virgin Cruise Lines. Shout out to him. Yeah.
yeah, and
was
then he
touring.
just made it to the Spurs hype squad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Man, it's
saw that.
working. Boy, working. Shout out to him.
So for those of you guys that are watching, so when it comes to the dance community, guys, I am watching. I've gotten some emails saying that they want to be a part of this. Okay, cool. I'm watching you guys, and I'm making sure you guys are sticking to, to the culture. Culture. I can't say that word. Culture.
Yeah, culture.
Yeah. Okay. And there's been some times where people message me. They're like, "Oh, I want to be a part of your podcast. It's so dope." But then like 3 weeks later, it's like I don't see them doing anything. You know what I mean? So stay active, you guys. Stay
Yeah.
active, and I'm watching. I think I followed some of you guys. I'm still waiting for you guys to accept the request. I've sent some messages out, so be sure to check your
Follow back.
your requests. Where were we?
Yeah, what the scene lacks is just more qualified teachers and just more numbers. So the more people, it doesn't matter if they're dope, if they're not, you know what I mean? We have some people in the city who can teach. So like shout out to D Local, shout out to Ebo, I'll be grooving. We have some phenomenal people in the city influence that can really teach. So I think we need like a rebirth, and that's what I've really been pushing for, teaching different students in different areas of the city. We just need like a flood of new people because I feel as though if we have a flood of new people, we have
Yeah,
the
'cause
right.
we're getting old.
I mean, this is true, and that's also how scenes die out too. So we have the right facilitators, we have the right teachers in place. I haven't, when it comes to San Antonio, I haven't been to a competition or a jam that wasn't well organized in a long time. I've been to some places too. I'm not gonna say any names or cities, but parking. It was multiple factors where parking wasn't great. There's no AC. I'm paying a good amount to get in. Judging was kind of skewed. This, that, and the third. And so we, for the most part, we've got that issue solved. We have, yet again, the right facilitators, the right gatekeepers. We got everything we need. We just need the numbers. That'll probably be the number one
That was
thing.
a good turnout that the event you threw.
Thank
so
you.
I threw an event before I even knew you guys. I know I knew Marcus. I threw an event when I was working with some artists. Mostly it was I was dancing. I had a few dancers out there, and then I had the artists perform that I worked with as well. So, will I throw a jam? Yeah, maybe. I want to. So out here in Shirts, there's nothing like that here in Shirts.
Gotcha.
And that's
Yeah,
what
no,
I'm.
I used to live out here.
That's what huh?
I used to live out here.
Oh, really?
I lived
So
in
you know,
Cibolo.
right? Okay, so you know there's
Yeah.
nothing out here like that. So I want to bring something out here, and so that's why everybody knows me as Shirts. You know what I mean? And my dance video actually came out on Kelly and Ryan a few years ago.
Nice.
And
Nice.
that's what kind of got me out there. And so I guess you can say I'm a dance celebrity out here in Shirts.
Okay. Mr. Shirts.
Yeah. So let's toot the horn, toot, right?
Yeah.
So and I want to bring something out here, and I've done classes out here, and it's very tough out here. But I'm gonna bring something out here now that everybody knows I'm from Shirts. I'll have you along. I've had Marcus, and everybody will just kind of, it'll be a trickling effect.
Yeah.
You know?
I would have to say my biggest advice is to really keep throwing classes and whatnot.
Yeah.
But really, not saying you haven't, but focus more on elementary to high school. When it comes to events, try to focus on them, and then also figure out when's the next community event, whether it is a fiesta or parade or whatever the case may be, and then you can reach out to us or maybe someone else in San Antonio, and you can host just a battle.
I haven't announced this yet, but I think in September, I am going to be working with the city of Cibolo on an event soon. So, yeah. So I haven't. Yeah, we're still getting in the works and stuff. And so, again, I'll be working with the city of Cibolo for a special event as well.
Yeah, that's the biggest advice I can give you, because once you have that event where everybody is out and they're here for the carnival or whatever, and they're hearing music that they like, and they go over and they see someone who's spinning on their head or hitting the beat or waving or doing a hat trick, they'll be like, "Oh, I really love to dance too."
Yeah.
Yeah, I really love to dance too, and I've been looking for dancing. I might have came across your page, I don't know, but what's your name and who's this? And then you start to get
and that's why I
people
also want to do this podcast, because I mean, again, toot my own horn, toot, and you know, I mean, I have over 7,500 followers on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Nice.
And it's I'm not real big-headed about it. I'm very humble about it, and it's why not share my platform with you? Share it with Marcus. Share it with Velocity. Share it with, you know what I mean? And I mean that's what's gonna get you far in your whatever it is you're gonna be. You know, being humble and sharing a platform as well.
It's true.
So.
Very true.
Awesome, man. All right. So I think that's all that we have. We're gonna grab something to eat or what?
Yeah. Before we close out, hold on.
Oh, we're gonna order on here too.
Make sure you like, subscribe, and share to Demi. Right. Follow me on Instagram too, Kidraw Official.
Your platform.
I'm also on TikTok. Shout out to No Mamas. Shout out to the workers right now. They working. They on TikTok right now. I'm kidding. No, they working. Don't fire them. Shout out to everybody. Stay you. Understand each other. Love each other. Appreciate y'all. We out.
Oh, okay. You want to come see?
But yet again, shout out to No Mames Tacos. It's me, Chocolate Hermoso. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We out here. Clip this. I'm clip farming right now. Aura and clip farming right now. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. We out here. We looking good.
So go ahead. Live? Yeah, we're still live. Yeah, we're gonna see your live reaction to the food.
All right, let's do it. So what got you into dance?
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You have any questions for me? What
I'm interviewing you.
Into dance? So tune into my episode 4, and you can check out my. Nah, just kidding. No. So what got me into dance?
For real, check it out.
So what got me into dance? And I said this on there. My sister, she. So growing up, her, my cousins, and some of her friends would put dances together.
Okay.
And I would want to learn them. And my dad was like, no, that's for the girls, and all this sort of stuff. And I was like, man, so I'd have to say what got me moving was cliche, if you want, was Selena. So watching her videos and stuff. And fun fact, So watching her the movie, and at the end you have her live concert, right at the movie, and I would play it, and I'd be there with the remote, dancing like her or whatever, and then like when somebody would walk in, I'd quickly sit down. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I
it
hear
all
you.
started with Selena, her dancing skills, and dancing cumbias. And so I started my first quinceañera when I was 13,
Nice.
and my sister did the choreography, and I liked it, dude. It was dope. And then seeing everybody dancing cumbias around the circle, and I was like, that looks dope. So and then I have met my friends, Crystal. I don't know her name now, but it's Crystal Roses, Crystal Aguero. Shout out to you girls. I met them, and that's who we get together, and we'll do like cumbias, and then we'll just be like crashers. We'll go
Yeah.
and we don't even know the person, bro.
Yeah.
And so we just do our cumbias there, and everybody will be watching us trying to learn them, and then we'll switch it on them, you know.
Yeah.
And then so a lot of the line dances that we've done too were Latin line dances. We created them, and or out of what's or I would pick and choose what I wanted, and I just create my own, you know. And like the wobble, I have my own wobble.
Okay. That's dope.
Yeah, so that's what I'm
Gotta
trying
learn
to
it.
teach too. I have my own footloose. But the thing is, when it comes to line dancing, I like to tell everybody, make sure it goes with the crowd. You know what I mean? And there's sometimes where, I'm going to say young generation, where they make up their own, which I love the creativity.
Right.
I love it. But make sure it goes with the crowd.
You talking about the wobble, that new wobble that came out, and y'all are doing.
Well, some of it I picked on there.
Hit.
You know what I mean? That they do.
Yeah.
And but yeah, whenever you change your 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 9 o'clock, when you change your numbers around, I make sure it goes with the crowd, even with my footloose.
Nice.
So I mean,
True artist.
it's like you say, you don't have to stick with the trend. You know what I mean? I don't like to stick with the trends. I like to create my own. You
That's
know,
dope.
and so hold on, let me. You know what you want?
Yeah, I know what I want.
Yeah.
My first podcast. So I'm making history with history. You know what I mean? I think this whole setup is dope. You can follow me on TikTok, Kidraw Official. Recently, you know, I make some videos. I've gone viral a couple of times. But as far as going live, it's new territory, so I'm really trying to get into it. So, you know, we can grow together. Make sure you follow Demi, though, if you haven't. You know, follow Demi, follow me, follow everybody. Selena is phenomenal, spectacular. I think there's certain icons that are just universally accepted. So like Michael Jackson, obviously. You have
Yeah.
you have Selena. Selena is spectacular. Aaliyah. I think the running joke in the black community is Selena was the Aaliyah of the Mexican community.
Yeah.
So like Aaliyah, we really cherished her. Spectacular. She was really talented. Gone way too soon, and Selena the same thing.
So what were you doing when Selena passed away? What did you find
Ooh.
out? Or did you know who she was then?
I knew who she was.
Yeah.
I lived in El Paso. I want to say I lived in El Paso at that time. What year did she pass?
95.
95. So no, I was still in Michigan. I was a baby. I was a kid, so I didn't really know too much. But when I moved to El Paso, that's when I really, because I was older, you know, I saw the movie with Jennifer Lopez and whatnot, and I was like, dang, like, that's sad. Getting to the end of the movie,
Yeah.
and then finding out.
Cry.
Yeah, I mean, rightfully so. Like,
Still cry.
and Yolanda, when you get out, now,
Man, can you imagine? So like if how she almost got out on parole, bro.
yeah,
Duh. I mean, I'm not gonna, like I said, I don't follow trends, right? So I'm not gonna be like, oh, she gets out on waiting. No, you know, I mean,
she wouldn't have made it.
my thing is, if she gets out, I mean, there's nothing much I can do. It sucks, yeah. Could she pull a trigger again? Yeah, but that's crazy.
Yeah, she wouldn't have made it. There's yet again, there's people you just don't touch. And Selena was that prima, that you know, that auntie, that good friend who was just about the music.
Yeah.
Who was beautiful. She was gorgeous. She was spectacular. She was gonna expand and really take over. You know. Same thing with Nipsey Hussle, a bunch of other people that were very prominent in different cultures. So I think your origin story is spectacular. As far as, because I've ran into that too. I've ran into, maybe the machismo or men or whoever saying like, oh, and it's in young boys, but they get it from their uncles, their old, the older father figures and whatnot, that, oh, dancing is for girls, this, that, and the third. And one of the prime examples that I use is Prince. So Prince.
I didn't know. I didn't grow up watching Prince.
Prince, the artist formerly known as Prince, very outspoken, very talented, very spectacular. And he broke a lot of boundaries. And if you look through the lens of current day and age, contemporary, you'll look at him like, oh, he was a little, for lack of better words, he was a little zesty, he was a little feminine.
Yeah.
But nah, Prince would, you ask your grandma, ask your mama, he would take your girl. And even if that wasn't the case, like, if the person just wants to express themselves, let them express themselves. Like, there should be a stigma on that.
I was thinking about this the other day. Like, a lot of people should be like, oh no, you need to be like this, you need to be like that. Because, I mean, we're in the public eye, right? So they're like, no, you need to be like this, you need to be like that. But the thing is, it's like, if you notice, those who are themselves are the ones who are successful.
Exactly.
I mean, because like me, a lot of people tell me, oh no, you need to do it this way. It's like, okay, so there's been times where I asked to perform, I'm not gonna say the company, at an event, and I showed them my videos, and they were like, oh no, we don't think your type of style is family friendly. And I kind of I just said okay, but I wanted to be like, but the family's watching me anyways, But I mean, okay, to each its own. I was okay. So I mean, a lot of people, some people will say like, you need to take this away, you need to take that away. But the thing is, the way I dance is what people, I guess, follow me for. Okay, so some people would say like, oh, you dance like a stripper.
Oh.
Yeah, and I'm like, okay, so I want to kind of get that out of their mindset, you know what I mean? And yeah, there's some dances where I can do seductive. There's some dances where I can do rap. I know I have a routine that I did at the Melody Born with Lil Wayne. I have Drake. Done a routine with Usher. I kind of dabble into different styles as well. Reggaeton is my go-to though. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know.
I mean, you're exactly right. It depends on what people want.
Yeah.
I personally, I've done events, like say for example, I've taught a class. It was a privatized class, right? And it was for this lady. It was in Alamo Heights. And Alamo Heights, if you don't know, that's where the money's at. So you have some people who are cool. You have some people who can be uppity, pompous, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so it just has a stigma of, wealth and prestige, rightfully so. So I was booked to teach a specialized workshop. And it was for a lady, I forgot her name, but I won't even mention her name. It was for a lady who was moving, I want to say, to South America. And it was her and a bunch of her girlfriends. And so I'm going in and I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to teach them line dances. I'm going to teach them hip hop. I'm going to give them a variety of things. I'm going to make them sweat, make them laugh like I normally do. And they enjoyed it. And they were laughing. We're all adults. So, saying certain adult jokes, this and the third.
Exactly.
But when we went inside afterwards, they were, telling me thank you, saying I was doing such a great job. And they were letting me know, like, yeah, this was different. Normally we hire a stripper. And so I was like, oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to do that.
No.
But I'll stick around. I'll laugh with the ladies and kiki and stuff like that. But you never know. So, like, what you said was very, very right on the money, very right on the mark. Like, yeah, of course you're not going to like it because maybe you're coming from a Mormon perspective or a Southern Baptist perspective. Mm-hmm. But not everyone has the same mentality. They want that. Like, I don't want it cut and dry. I want it how Demi does it. Yeah. Like,
So right now I volunteer at the Civil Senior Program, and I
Nice.
line dance with them, right? And there was another place that I was that I got hired to do. There were seniors as well, and when I first started there, I'm not gonna say any names, but the residents wanted me to dance the way I dance. So I was like, okay, cool. So I did. I gave them a show, a little bit of taste of what I do, like when I perform. And one of the employees there, I'm not gonna say ratted me out, but said that I was dancing inappropriate, and I was like, that's what the residents wanted, and this is why you hired me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was teaching them line dancing, but at the same time, they wanted to see me how I perform. So I actually got in trouble for that. That I don't do that again, and I was like, "What's whatever they want?" Because at the end of the day, I wasn't working for them. I was self-employed.
Right.
So yeah, I guess to that employee, it was inappropriate, and I'm like, maybe she saw it as. Maybe she was thinking inappropriate.
That's what it was.
Right? She got the hots. No.
She
Right?
She couldn't handle it. It was too
No,
much.
it
But
was too hot for her.
Yeah, that's,
She was like,
that's
"Oh my
most likely
God."
what it was. Because I've read into seniors, senior citizens who have said the most outrageous things I have ever heard. But I mean, it's rightfully so. I would expect them to want that type of product.
Yeah.
Because you've lived your life, especially like based off of their age group, and they're most likely the silent generation, people born between, I want to say, 1910 or 1900 to 1930, 1940. They're the silent generation, and so you've lived through the Great Depression, Jim Crow, recessions, assassinations of presidents, so on and so forth, and you've been put in a box. And so I would expect at that age, you want to dye your hair.
Yeah.
You want to quote unquote dance like a stripper. You want to do all these crazy things because back then society told you that you could not do it.
Yeah.
So for that employee to restrict you, unless one of the senior citizens were feeling uncomfortable. But,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. I
Bro,
think
you
they said that. I think they said it was her because they're like, oh no, she complained because of the way you were dancing. I was like, and then they wanted me to do it again. I was like, no. But I mean, at the end of the day, it was a senior resident living, and we're all grown-ups, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, and here comes our food. So
Here
we're gonna
come
try
the
it live
tacos.
here, you guys. What is it?
He has the
right
quesadilla.
here. Thank you. I have not tried the quesadilla.
Shout out to the No Mamas employees.
Yes.
They've been nothing
So
but kind
once
and
again, you
nice.
guys, shout
I'm
out to
about
No
to tear this
Mamas
up.
Tacos. They are located at 820 Main Street, Shirts, Texas.
Tell the people your
You
name.
can find them on.
What's my name? Oh, Izzy.
Is it
Oh,
Sean?
shout out to Izzy. Fun fact, every
thank
Izzy
you.
that I've ever met has been nice, kind, a little crazy, no offense, but on a good side. So shout out to Izzy. Shout out to the chef in the back cooking it up. I'm about to tear this up.
All right. So once again, you guys, big shout out to No Mamas Tacos. It's catchy. You got the guy right here, No Mamas, right? You can they're located at 820 Main Street, Shirts, Texas. You can find them on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. The best birria tacos I've ever tasted. And if you want them to cater at your next party, they can. They also have their own taco truck. And maybe for the next event you guys have. I know you guys are always looking for taco trucks and vendors and stuff. So hit them up. All right. So this is the first time I'm tasting the birria quesadillas. Okay, we're gonna get you
I got
live
the
reaction, and then we'll go
birria
ahead and
tacos.
call it a day. Let's go.
I got the lime on it. You know what I mean?
Hella hungry.
You got it, you know what I mean? Cook it up.
Do you know Spanish?
Poquito. I'm learning.
You're learning, me too.
It's important to expand
Let's taste it.
yourself. One thing I noticed one thing I really love too, I really got this culture shock when I went to Germany in 2022.
Oh yeah.
A lot of other countries outside of America, people speak multiple languages fluently.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I went to Germany, I felt stupid. I felt like, I've been learning how to speak German for quite some time. At that point in time, it was like 6 or 8 years, but it was rusty. I hadn't spoken in a long time. And And so hearing people who are from Vietnam speak Vietnamese, and then they speak German, and then they spoke Spanish, I'm like, dang. And so I think it's very important that, everyone learns how to speak a different language because you appreciate different cultures.
Yeah, I know. I need to learn Spanish too. I don't know a lot of Spanish.
It's all good.
Yeah.
As long as you're willing to learn. And to add on to that too, there's some napkins.
Thank you. All right, let's taste it.
If you are, because I tell the Mexican homies too when they say this, if you are Mexican and you can't speak Spanish, that does not make you less of a Mexican because your ancestors didn't speak Spanish. So always know that, yeah. But still learn different languages. You feel me? I'm about to try this. Let's see what they talking about.
Go for it, bro. Pretty good. So let them know that you heard it on, what is it? You're good, right? So let them know that you overheard it on the dance floor, the podcast, you guys. Pretty dope. That's pretty good. Hell yeah. I fucks with it. Alrighty, guys, so that is it that we have today. Big shout out to Kidraw for joining me on and his journey to dance. I'm pretty sure there's a lot more, but we don't have that much time. So if you guys are interested in taking Kidraw's classes or wasn't that personal class? What is it? Go ahead, do your Instagrams. Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
Sorry, my bad. Follow me on Instagram, Kidraw Official. Follow my crew, NXG Dance Crew _ Follow me.
We gotta mention y'all's merch.
Yeah, we have merch as well. Yeah, shout out to our merch. Yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna drop some stuff soon. Follow me on TikTok, Kidraw Official. I teach private lessons, choreograph quinces, weddings, surprise birthday parties, divorce parties, all that good stuff. Teach at schools. Anything you need, I got you. I got
you guys. Dope dancer right here, you guys.
Appreciate
Awesome. So thank you guys for joining us on the Dance for the podcast for episode 14. And we are out. Deuces, guys.